Welcome to the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel. I'm your host, ArmaniTalks. In this channel, I'm covering communication skills for you to level up your way with words, become much more articulate. In today's episode, I'm going to be teaching you the hiding cat technique in order to be much more of a strategic thinker. Did you ever meet someone that had a cat that you wouldn't expect to have a cat? Let's say it's this Hulk-like looking individual, someone that looks like a lumberjack man, and he tells you that he has a kitten. You're going to be thinking, wait, you have a kitten? I don't know why. For some reason, I thought you would have a moose or some sort of husky animal, but not a tiny little kitten. But this guy has the pet that he has. There was one time when one of my fraternity brothers ended up getting a kitten, and he's one of those guys that you don't expect to be having an animal like that. And one day he invites myself and a bunch of the other fraternity guys to meet this kitten. We say, sure, let's see if this thing even exists in the first place. So we go to his place and he's showing us this tiny orange cat. And I'm thinking, wow, what a cute cat. This fraternity brother is starting to play with the cat. He's like, look, and he'll toss something and the tiny little cat hops on it. He has this wand-looking thing with a string. He's swinging the string back and forth. The cat is trying to grab the string. And suddenly, this fraternity brother ends up being a little mischievous. He does something unordinary. He begins chasing this cat. I'm thinking, no, don't chase the cat. You're scaring it. And this fraternity brother is like, no, I know what I'm doing. So he begins chasing the cat. The cat begins running away. And eventually, the fraternity brother gets this cat and puts it in a corner. And the cat has nowhere else to go. Then the fraternity brother moves out of the way. The cat begins running around. Once again, the fraternity brother does the same thing and gets the cat in the corner. And after a while, I'm like, all right, bro, stop chasing the cat. You're scaring it. And a few of the other guys agreed. They said, yeah, man, stop bothering it. And the fraternity brother stopped. I would say 3 days goes on by. And this fraternity brother wants us to come back again and play with this cat again. We said, sure, why not? The last experience went great. And we end up going back to his place. This time, he's doing the same spiel that he did before. He's playing with the ball. He's doing the little wand thing. And this time, he's trying to chase the cat again. But this time, when he tries to chase the cat, something different happens. This cat seems as though it's expecting to be chased. And it goes into the kitchen. And there's this pantry. And underneath the pantry, there's this hole. Right? And the cat jumps into that hole. And the owner was expecting the cat to jump in the hole. And the owner tries to grab through the hole. But the owner's hand is too big. That's when the fraternity brother says, man, I've been trying to chase this cat for the last couple of days. But he found a new spot. And anytime I chase him nowadays, he goes into that spot. I can't reach that spot. I'm thinking, wait a minute. So you are presenting it a conflict, and after a first couple of failures, the cat eventually experimented, roamed around more, and discovered the spot that you cannot reach. This cat is pretty strategic. I would actually say that this cat is strategic, more strategic than a lot of people that I know. Because this cat did the hiding cat technique, which is you're presented with issues. Rather than whining about it, you begin to calibrate. You get more data. You paint yourself in more corners, just like that cat did. Unwillingly, of course. You're trying to mess around, but you keep finding yourself in these corners. You've been caught. But rather than giving up, you just find different areas until you find what I call a leverage point. This leverage point in this scenario was that hole under the pantry. A lot of people, whenever they are dealt with a surprising twist where their owner is chasing them, they just stand where they are and they begin whining. And this is equivalent to anyone facing some sort of problem. Maybe their boss is out to get them. Maybe the system that they became a subject matter expert in is being outsourced. Maybe their business is failing. The algorithm is not rewarding them like it once did. But rather than just sitting down and admitting defeat in that corner, be like that cat. Keep adjusting more. Keep looking for different areas, and you keep finding yourself in different corners. But rather than giving up, eventually you find this leverage point that you were not initially expecting. And this leverage point ends up being a solution that you were not expecting. And once you put yourself in that place, that is when you are shielded away from the problem. In order to apply the hiding cat technique, you need to be in motion. Once you're in motion, that's when you are presented data. Along with that data, a lot of conflicts come. From the conflicts, you begin to roam around looking for solutions. And once you try to look for the solutions, you keep getting into corners until eventually you discover that leverage point. And each time you discover a leverage point, this serves as more data in the future for you to be a strategic thinker. Normally, when people are thinking about strategic thinkers, they're thinking of someone that's just sitting on their butt and introspecting. But that's not how it works in the real world. In the real world, we're all cats to a bigger owner, and the owner is eventually going to chase us. And it is up to you to find that hidden hole within the pantry. And once you do, it will serve as more data in the future. Thank you very much for joining the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel, and I'll catch you next time.